Imagine picking up your phone, and on the other end is your child or spouse, crying, panicked, and begging for your help. But the voice you are hearing isn't theirs. It's a complete fabrication, an artificial intelligence clone perfectly mapped to your loved one's vocal patterns. We are a long way from the clumsy Nigerian prince email scams of the 1990s that were so easy to spot and delete. For decades, cybersecurity focused heavily on building massive technical perimeters. Today's corporate firewalls and endpoint protection networks are incredibly complex and remarkably difficult to break through. Because the software is so secure, hackers change their tactics. Instead of trying to batter down a digital door, they realized it is much easier to trick the human inside into opening it for them. This practice is known as social engineering 2.0. These deception-based attacks have grown into a massive enterprise. The FBI tracks billions of dollars lost to internet fraud annually, with the financial toll climbing as the methods get sharper. Rather than exploiting lines of software code, these modern campaigns exploit human psychology. They weaponize our inherent trust. They exploit our compassion and our sense of urgency. When a familiar voice screams for help, our brain's panic response overrides our logic. In this digital landscape, our own ears have become our biggest security liability. To build these clones, threat actors first conduct a reconnaissance phase. They scour the public internet, gathering the raw audio materials they need to build a target's profile. The barrier to entry for this kind of theft is shockingly low. To train a convincing voice model, a hacker only needs about 3 seconds of clear audio stripped from a public Instagram story, a TikTok post, or a YouTube video. Once they have that sample, they feed it into Gen AI. Gen AI, or Generative Artificial Intelligence, refers to algorithms that can be used to create new content, including audio, video, and text. With this engine, criminals can rapidly generate convincing lures at a massive scale. They type out a script, and the Gen AI outputs the cloned voice, matching the exact emotional inflection needed to sound terrified or desperate. This fits into a broader explosion of deepfake technology across the web. Platforms often lack robust safeguards to prevent this misuse, entangling even the most prominent tech leaders in controversies over how easily their AI models can generate fake content. Worse, these tools are highly accessible. They are frequently packaged as ransomware as a service, user-friendly toolkits sold on the dark web that allow even low-skill criminals to execute complex, targeted attacks without needing to write a single line of code. By lowering the technical barrier, Gen AI has democratized cybercrime. A harmless video posted to social media can now be captured and turned into a loaded weapon by anyone with a basic internet connection. The trap begins with caller ID spoofing. Attackers manipulate networks so the incoming number appears as a trusted contact. Upon answering, the cloned voice claims a severe emergency, like a car accident, and immediately demands untraceable funds or cryptocurrency to resolve the crisis. This induces a highly predictable physiological response. Your brain experiences an amygdala hijack, flooding your system with stress hormones and forcing you into a state of sheer panic. This emotional hijack is exactly what the hacker relies on. It overrides your prefrontal cortex, entirely bypassing your logical decision-making processes and forcing you to act impulsively. Under normal circumstances, a calm, rational person would easily identify a random request to wire thousands of dollars as highly suspicious. But because this attack perfectly replicates the reality of a loved one in danger, it creates an artificial crisis where your standard human intuition is rendered completely useless. The tech industry is trying to fight deepfakes using tools like PKI, or Public Key Infrastructure, a cryptographic framework for verifying digital identities. But a digital signature offers zero protection to a panicked parent in the middle of a live phone call. Instead, we must look to multi-factor authentication, or MFA. It requires 2 distinct forms of verification before granting access, the only reliable defense against compromised credentials. We translate this IT concept directly into analog human behavior. Think of it as the Family Safeword. This establishes a strict zero-trust protocol for your household. Zero Trust is a security framework that assumes no user or device is safe by default. If someone calls demanding money or urgent action, you must immediately challenge them to provide your family safe word. The absolute rule of this protocol is simple. If the caller does not know the safe word, you must assume the communication environment is compromised and hang up immediately. Next, you initiate out-of-band verification. This means you verify the crisis through a separate, trusted communication channel, like dialing your loved one's actual phone number directly to see if they are safe. Take a moment to share this information and establish your family safe word in a group chat today, before anyone in your circle becomes a target. In an era where artificial intelligence can flawlessly mimic the people we care about most, families must adopt a ruthless zero-trust mindset. It is the only way to protect your reality and your livelihood from those trying to hack it.